I told you my story, you would hear hope that wouldn't let go. And if I told you my story, you would hear love that never gave up. And if I told you my story, you would hear life, but it wasn't mine. If I should speak, then let it be of the grace that is greater than all my sin, of when justice was served and where mercy wins, of the kindness of Jesus that draws me in. Oh, to tell you my story is to tell of Him.
They live on the faith, exactly. And like I said, it's just a test of the faith to go down there and to leave everything behind and just know that everything's going to be okay while you're gone. But then while you're there, you realize the faith that you should have, and it just helps to drive it home that, you know, what you did didn't really take faith. What they do every day is true faith.
He goes to Honduras and like works for God and like makes like God happy because he's like going down doing his work and helping all the children and people down there. It like rubs off on me because him going down there helps like me know to like do more, be more like him and want to be more like him because he's being Christ-like and helping God, and that makes me want to help God.
I feel humbled by God using me to be able to go and be a small part of his work. I don't feel worthy just to be with Team Impact and try to make an impact on the mission down there and in Honduras. But in truthfulness, they really make more of an impact on me than I ever could on them in Honduras.
No, he says he can use anybody, and if he can use somebody like me, then there's no reason why anybody shouldn't go. I'm just willing to do whatever. Every year I tell John, dude, I'm a mechanic 365 days a year. For some reason, I get up on their truck every year. You know, it's doing what God wants me to do. So, and a little bit of what John wants me to do.
The ride up to the mountain to be able to feed the people and to see the church service that we sitting outside, you know, with the church service. These people just, there's nothing that holds them back. They don't have to have a fancy air-conditioned place. They just worship outside. And to be able to feed these people, it's really overwhelming. It just takes your heart and just makes you look at things so much different, you know. I painted, and I mean, I helped Keith paint at the mission, and we painted railings at the mission, and just odds and ends. But like I said, I don't have a specific skill set I bring with me other than being a nut, but you know, just lighting the mood and having a good time and helping where needed. Because those couple of days I just wanted to quit, go sit in my room, and you know, I didn't want to be in the way. I didn't want to be in, you know, a hindrance. But when I finally shut up and let God start working, yeah, we got some stuff done. Got more done than I anticipated. And there's some days I like to take Jesus and put him up on a shelf, and you know, when I need you, I'll come back and get you. They wear him all the time. They have to. That's the only way they could still be alive.
The thing I think about the most is when I bring the sponsored child into the store, and how if I bring my kids into the store to buy anything they want, you know, there's toys, video games, and her to buy the things, just what she needs. And then, you know, not even just to think about what she could get, she bought needle and thread, you know, so her mama could have something to sew their clothes and stuff.
You see the children, the way they act when they get food, that they eat one time a day, if they get to eat one time a day, and what we throw away and what we experience here, people sleeping on dirt floors. I believe people come back with a heart change to realize that what they have and what God has given them is here in the States, is a blessing to us.
By just seeing how they're different from us, how they have so little, but they just walk miles to hear the word of Jesus. I met a friend named Claudio and Jose, which he didn't know any English, but somehow we could communicate. And one day I got to see his house, and they only lived in this one little shack with one older brother and like 12 cousins and a mom and a grandma lived in this one little shack. When I grew up, I wanted to be like a worker in Team Impact.
Exciting, different, eye-opening, blessing, humble people, appreciative people, and a lot of camaraderie with the other guys in the church. Everybody in this country that whines, everybody whines, you know what I'm saying? Moans and whines. They don't. If you go over there, when you come back here, if you just have a roof over your head, electricity, running water.
You should have said that.
Well, it's other people said it.
But because
If you're a whiner, you need to go there.
if you'd have said that to half this church, it'd
Well,
be
half
like,
the-
wow.
Pretty much certified Honduran roofing contractor. Do that over. Stepped out on faith to go at a particular time of the year. My story is this work and our commitment to do this and leaving here to go and do something good to spread the gospel in Honduras and to help those people. It brings me back to tell a story because people ask me, how was your trip? Are you going again? Hey, did you just get back? It helps open up that avenue where, you know, and most of the time that would be difficult to share.
I love going to their church, the churches we go to, and worshiping with the locals, which really touches my heart. To you know, we have state-of-the-art facilities and nice bathrooms, and you know, it's hard to get folks to stay here an hour. And down there, this particular time, the church we went to was outdoors with just a straw roof. Had a chicken running around and a pig running around, and the folks just, and it was very hot, and the folks just worship, and you know, for hours, and it's just very special. At the end of the day, are they more blessed or are we more blessed? You know, because you know, they have the you know, they're in tune with God, and you know, they're praying a lot of times for their next meal, and like I said earlier, their worship is so great.
The Sunday trip was good. Church was good. It's different. Authentic. Because of the trips I've taken and starting going, it's changed me and my relationship with the Lord. It's changed my relationship with my wife. It's changed my whole outlook on how I look at things here.
This time, I guess the highlight would have probably been the time we spent with Miss Joan, because she came over and she would come over, and I know that she realized we needed to leave because she'd come over at lunchtime or something, and we'd gather out in the courtyard, and she'd go to telling stories and about how God had blessed that ministry and the things, and it just mesmerized all the men. I mean, they just, you know, sort of gathered around her in order to hear what she had to say. Of course, her voice is real rough and all, but that's something that within time we're going to miss.
It's amazing that the amount that they get done in the length of time that they have, and to come back and still love each other. That's the odd part.
And I'd like to say I go more to help them, but that's what I thought I went for the first time. But now, to be honest, I look forward to going for what I get out of it, and you know, it just kind of gives me the push I need to keep following the Lord, and just makes it so much easier not to stray.